Where do you even start with the level of embarrassment that the Pittsburgh Pirates are? Where do you start? I mean, do you guys understand that it's actually statistically harder to be this consistently bad than it is to occasionally accidentally be good? I don't even know where to begin. What's going on, everybody? I'm Mac, back with another video. As always, do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, follow on Instagram. Link is in the box below. You know, it's funny. The same thing last year against the same opponent made me just quit on this team, quit on the rebuild because they lost 2 of 3 to the Oakland A's. And now this year, they don't even beat them one time. Swept in Oakland, 1-5 in the California Bay Area, and we honestly should have lost that game Saturday night to the San Francisco Giants. And the Pirates are now in last place in the NL Central. You go from first to worst in a matter of what, 3 weeks? I'm not going to yell in this one. I'm not going to rage in this one. I'm not going to rant because the Pirates are just not worth my energy. They're just not worth my passion. You want to see me lose my mind like a lunatic, go check out my community post that I put out over the past couple of days, because that I was just pretty much letting it out of my system right there about this pathetic series in Oakland. So let's go over some statistics for this series against the Oakland A's. And I'm not making this up. You can't make this up. I couldn't come up with anything half as crazy if I tried. All right. So Monday night, in a 5-1 loss to the Oakland A's, their starting pitcher was Joe Boyle, who going into Monday had an ERA of 7.40, a 1.6 whip, and opponents were hitting 245 off of him, 28 strikeouts, and 20 balls. Or 20 walks, I should say. He threw more balls than strikes in that entire start Monday, and you can only manage 1 run off of him. 7.40 ERA, 1.6 whip, opponents hitting 245 off of him. He took the hill Monday night, and against this Pirates team, looked like prime Randy Johnson. That's what he looked like. Looked like 1995 Randy Johnson on the mound. And O'Neal Cruz, I mean, you can always count on him to strike out 1,000,000 times a game. I mean, O'Neal Cruz has already struck out 45 plus times this season. That's now a new franchise record for the most strikeouts at this point in the season, with the Pirates collectively striking out 300 times this season alone. And Tuesday, they had 12 more strikeouts. The final 15 in a row were retired, and the final not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but the final 6 batters were all strikeouts. It's unbelievable how bad this offense is. It's something that I've been sitting down here and preaching to you guys for the last, 2 weeks now about this offense, how pitiful it is, how Andy Haynes' approach and his philosophy is not sustainable. And Ben Cherington, it's over. It's over, Cherington. You can call up, you can make all the draft moves you want. You can make all the scouts that you want. But guess what? At the end of the day, you're nothing more than a snake oil salesman who just likes being right all the time, and you don't take accountability for the people who are responsible for this team's failure. You're too afraid to put your foot down to your boss and Travis Williams in the president. And I'll tell you, it ain't just Andy Haynes. It ain't just Derek Shelton. Those two are trash beyond words. Don't get that mistaken. And they need to go ASA friggin' P. But it ain't just those two. It ain't just Ben Cherington. It ain't just Travis Williams, the president of this franchise. It's everything about this franchise. Everything from Bob Nutting to Travis Williams to Ben Cherington to Andy Haynes to Derek Shelton to Oscar Marine, all the way down to the damn bat boy on this team is what's the problem with this franchise. Okay? The MVP of the Pittsburgh Pirates are the freaking employees at PNC Park. That's who the MVP of this franchise is. Why? Because those hot dog vendors, those beer guys, those gift shop workers, those ticket people at the front gates, they at least do their job well. Nobody on this team does their job well. There are no redeeming qualities, no positive takeaways from these last 6 games at all, where the Pirates flew all the way across the country to the California Bay Area and dropped 5 out of 6 to the San Francisco Giants and the Oakland A's, including getting swept by the A's. The A's, a team who is going to be playing in Sacramento for the next 4 seasons until they're officially ready for the stadium in Vegas. A team who averages 3,500 fans a game at home. I believe they have the smallest payroll in baseball. Last I checked, it was the Tampa Bay Rays. But if there's any team that I would think has a smaller payroll than Tampa, it's the A's without a doubt. A team that lost 100 plus games in consecutive seasons. You got swept by them. But hey, knowing this series, you wouldn't think that this was a team that was projected to lose 100 games. You'd have thought this was the late 80s, early 90s A's with the way they were playing. They didn't even have to try. Their pitching didn't even need to move a muscle in this series. Why? Because the Pirates at the plate, everyone has the same at bat unless your name is Connor Joe. Every single time. They're standing up there watching pitches go right down the bleeping plate. I have never seen a team in any I have never seen a team in baseball be so passive at the plate, be so tame at the plate, not even try to do anything different, not even attempt it. How these two morons are still with this franchise is beyond me. And it's a testament to how Ben Cherington truly is. He wasted 5 years of this fan base's patience with this rebuild, and this is the reward that we get. I mean, if this series against Oakland wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back, I don't know what will be. I truly don't. And Pirate fans, I'm telling you guys this right now. You can sit back and you can scream for Paul Skeens to get called up till the second coming. I encourage it. I want to see Paul Skeens too. But here's a little harsh reality for you. He's going to be taking a lot of L's to begin his career. Why? Because the Pirates can't do absolutely bleeping anything offensively. They are going to ruin him. And he isn't even on our roster yet, and I already feel bad for the kid. I feel terrible for him. Why? Because he's going to be wasting his time with the Pirates. He deserves so much better than this garbage that the Pirates put out game after game, series after series, year after year. He deserves way better. It's funny. I saw a lot of Pirate fans on social media say stuff like, "Oh, how long do we have Paul Skeens for before we trade him on over to the Yankees?" Hey, at this point, it may be in their best interest to trade him. Trade him before he even gets called up. That may be in their best interest after all, because we know that the Pirates aren't gonna use him properly anyway. They're gonna completely ruin him, like I said. There is just nothing good about this team, nothing good about this franchise whatsoever. I'm completely embarrassed. I feel absolutely nothing with this team. I was let down, and like an idiot, I believe them. Pirates fans, if you're looking for any sort of optimism coming from me about this team, you're not going to be seeing it for a very long time. Ethan Smith, who does Locked On Pirates, great podcast. Go sub up to the channel. I got the link posted in the box below as well. Ethan Smith with Locked On Pirates. Probably the most optimistic Pirates fan I've ever seen. When even he is saying, you know what, this team just stinks. You know it's bad. Absolutely pitiful. They were completely dominated by the Oakland A's. And even I don't even think we can even beat the Colorado Rockies coming up. After that, we got the Angels, and then the Chicago Cubs get to whoop our ass for the 1,000th time in a row. I mean, the Pirates, I don't even I've run out of expletives with this team. You guys are complete and utter trash. You're complete and utter garbage. I'd rather be the freaking 6-25 Chicago White Sox right now. That's right. I said it. I'd rather be the 6-25 Chicago White Sox right now. Why? Because at least with the White Sox, they don't have to worry about the playoffs. They don't have to worry about the future. They don't have to worry about being competitive. They got little to no one on their team that's worth talking about. They got no good players. It's just going to be a long, drawn out, miserable season, and they're already eliminated from playoff contention. It's a 100% guarantee. At least I wouldn't be getting teased every single year with this BS. And I've had it, man. Damn near 30 years old, and this team still can't get out of their own way, and they still are just a bunch of losers. And now you're back in last place in the NL Central, and it's only May 2nd. May 2nd, and you're already in last place. I've seen so many other teams turn their franchise around in a year. I've seen it with Atlanta. I've seen it with Houston. I've seen it with Texas. Seen it with Baltimore. Seen it with even Kansas City now. And if you really want to make it hurt, I've even seen it within the division. Milwaukee, the Cubs, the Reds. I even say St. Louis is better than us. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. Don't know what else to say. Absolutely pitiful series. Absolutely pitiful. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'm Mac, checking on out for the night. Have a good one, everybody.